Hey Julie, Genevieve over here at Bergstrom Lexus. I'm going to make you a couple videos about some new features on your new car. And if you've got any questions though, you can give me a call anytime. Here we go. So this is your new car, your 2015 RX F Sport. So one of the first things I want to talk to you about is you have Smart Key on the car, just like you had for your GS, except this car actually has a couple different things where your trunk button is on the GS. If you hold that button down, it will power open and close your back hatch of this car. And then when you're back here, you can either use the button on the key fob, or, it's probably hard to see, this little button right here, and that will power close the back hatch of the car. And there's also a button up by the steering wheel that does it right there as well, right by your gas tank button. But before we go in the car too, I also want to show you your remote start. So how that works is there's a little tab that's on here that actually talks to you about how to use it. But you're going to hit your lock button 3 times and you're going to hold it on the 3rd time. So how that works is lock, lock, and then hold. And you'll see the taillights and side view mirrors blinking. And then eventually the car will just kick on. If you're too far away though, you'll see the lights blinking, and that way you can know that the car is it's actually working. So then it stays running, and then when you go to the car and actually open the door is when the vehicle shuts off. So then inside the car you still have your memory seating like you do in the GS. You also have a feature here down here by your side view mirrors in auto mode, and then what auto mode does is make the side view mirrors go in when the car is locked, and then when it's unlocked they go back out. So as long as you have auto mode on, it will do that, and then you can push this button and make it do that. Just like that. The car also in the side view mirror also has a blind spot monitor. So that's that little orange light that I've got lit up right there, and that is this button right down here underneath your trunk release and gas tank release that says BSM on it, and as long as that is pushed in, then it says BSM right here on your instrument panel, and that makes that feature work right there for you. So that's a little different than in your other car as well. Otherwise, on your, kind of hop in here. On the left side here for your headlights, you have auto mode just like in your GS, and then you also have auto mode for your windshield wipers as well, also just like on your GS. The left side of the steering wheel is your audio controls for the radio and CD player. The right side is controls for your Bluetooth. You told me that you know how to hook your Bluetooth up. If you do have any questions about that, just give me a call. It's really easy. You just push that Bluetooth button. It actually takes you right to the screen, and it says that there's not a phone connected. Do you want to connect it? And you click on the left button, actually says yes. And then you just go to the Bluetooth part on your phone, and they almost hook each other, just hook itself up. These up and down arrows that are right here on the steering wheel, they change this information right in front of you. Current miles per gallon, average miles per gallon, average speed, cruising range, all that, eco mode, all of that kind of stuff. Some of these things you can reset, like here, average miles per gallon. And how you reset that is there's an enter button right here in the middle, and you just hold that enter button down, and then that resets that. And if you just keep using these arrow buttons right here, up and down, you can just keep cycling through some different information that's right there. There's a button underneath it that has these little squares on it, and if you push that button in, that allows you access to 2 other features in your car, ECT snow and parking sensors. And I'm accessing those once I've pushed this little button, then I'm using these up and down arrows to change that information right in front of me. So if I'm on parking sensors, I can push the enter button in here to turn my parking sensors off and on. You can just kind of see the dot moving from on to off. And when the dot is on, then you've got this little green P right here that's lit up on your dash, and that is sensors on the front and rear bumper that are going to beep at you when you get too close to things. Then if I push it down one more, it's in ECT snow. You actually have this mode on your GS as well. If you just turn it on, it stays on just this one time, and then when you turn the car off and turn it back on again, it will not be on. But what snow mode does is starts you out in 2nd gear from a stop, and then slows your acceleration down in your remaining gears. So it just keeps your wheels from spinning and gives you a little bit better traction when you're driving around in the snow. Over here in the center console of the car is your CD player. It is no longer a 6-disc CD changer like it is in your GS. This actually is something that they changed in 2013. It is just a single CD. This is your climate controls right here. You have dual climate control. The passenger temperature is over here diagonally. Your temperature is over here up and down. These are fan speed controls. It lets you increase and decrease your fan speed. You also have the auto mode, just like on your GS as well. And how this will work when it's on, it does a little drop down. Your GS is probably really similar to this. It does a little drop down right here on top of the nav screen, so I can see the temperature that I'm changing. I can see the fan speeds when I push those buttons. There's this little button right here that will change the way the vents are blowing. So all of those controls are all right down here, and then there's off as well. This is the controller for the nav, and I'm going to go over the nav and the radio in a separate video. And then heated seats, air-conditioned seats, just like in your GS as well. These two little buttons that are right here, you will most likely not use these buttons. The one on the left is to turn off your traction control. You really want to keep your traction control on. The only reason why you'd want to turn it off is if maybe you were stuck in a ditch or something and you wanted your wheels to spin as free as they could, to go forward and backwards to rock you out of something. Otherwise, that keeps your wheels from spinning. And then this button that's right next to it that has pictures of 4 tires on it and it says the word lock on it, that is to lock the car in all-wheel drive no matter what. So like your GS actually acted as a rear-wheel drive car, and if it senses spinning or slippage, it turned your all-wheel drive on. This car acts like a front-wheel drive car, and if it senses spinning or slippage, it turns your all-wheel drives on. What this button would do if you push it in, will lock you into 4-wheel drive no matter what. But the reason why I say you'll most likely never use these is because this button, when you have it locked into 4-wheel drive, only lets you go up to 15 miles an hour, and then out over that speed, the car will take over. If it wants to stay in all-wheel drive, it will, and if it doesn't, it will kick you out of it. So, these are more. This is also more so something if you were stuck and you just needed to make sure it was in all-wheel drive right away to get you up and out of something. Then inside this little armrest, this opens up here. And there's this little tray that can slide around in here. And then, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this here, but there's a little plug that's right here, and it's got a USB plug in it and an auxiliary plug for iPods and MP3 players, and then another, like a cell phone charger kind of a plug. And then, I'll be really surprised if you can see this. The floor, there's like a little tab that's right here. You'll see when you actually get in the car. And if you lift up that little tab, the floor, part of the floor lifts up. And there's actually an additional secret storage compartment down here. And then this floor can cover back over it. So you could actually keep something secret down there if you wanted. Let me stick that back in there. And then your back seats, this is all normal stuff, just like the same kind of stuff that you've got in the GS. That center part comes down, and there's armrests and cup holders and stuff in it. And then you do still have a moonroof, of course, in the vehicle. And then the controls up here, open, close, just like it is in your GS. Up and down, just tilts it up and down. And then these are interior lights. This is the light to make sure it's right, that we turn on when it will open, turn on when the doors open. And then you have HomeLink system right here in your garage, in your rearview mirror, and this is HomeLink for your garage door openers. If you need help programming that into the car, just let me know. I have some directions. Actually, I'll email you the directions that I've got for that, just in case you do need some help. All right, so that is the car video, and then I'm going to do one more for you where I jump into the nav and the radio, just so that they're broken up into some easier things. Talk to you later.